Hello, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Where'd my little book go? Sorry, I'm just looking for something. Yeah. All right. Wait, what's up, Capone? Wait for a few more people to come in here. My desk is a fucking disaster right now. All right. What else is new? Haven't been live in quite a few days, so what's up? What's going on? I don't even remember the last time I was live. Holy shit. I forgot how to do this. Where's my phone? Oh, that's right. It fell. Hold on. Let me grab that. I was watching the Karen Reed, trial, and I don't know, my attention span today just isn't. Right now it isn't there. Hey, Crystal, thank you, member, for 19 whole months. So I figured I will catch up with it later when I have the attention span for it. Sometimes it's just hard to sit there and listen to holy shit, the testimony. Hey, Steph. Hey, Miss Blue. I'm just waiting for, I watched it yesterday in real time, and it was just I need to listen back later on when it's, I could speed it up a little bit. I don't know how these fucking jurors and all these people sit through this shit like that all day. It's so slow, and a lot of it's really boring shit. I don't even know if I have the attention span to do it, but I keep trying to think to myself, if I was a juror, how I would be taking this in, not knowing any information. It's kind of hard to do because I watched the first trial, so it's just crazy. So I'll come back to it a little later when I have more of an attention span. Right now, it's just not happening. But anyway, I'm doing well. If you're talking to me, thank you. Anyway. So, I don't have that much time, but dude, Laura, you are fucked, okay? She went live, I think it was last night. I'm not even 100% sure. But I have never fucking seen somebody in my life. Now, I haven't been live. I don't even remember the last time I went live. But I have never fucking seen somebody do something fucked up to another person, right? And their family, and then just sit there and play the fucking victim of it. Now, I haven't fucking been live talking about her or nothing, okay? She's been live, I don't even know how many times in the last fucking, week or two, talking about, this CPS call that she made, that she fucking made a choice to do, okay? This is her fucking choice. It was not my choice for her to do that to me. She fucking chose to do that, okay? Knowing what would happen once she did it, because I'm pretty sure everybody here is against that. I know at some point in time I clipped her talking about what the consequences of that would be. So she knows full well what would happen to her if she did such a thing. Okay? I guess she chose to do it. She told the wrong fucking people. Those people got annoyed with her. Tyra went up on her channel. I mean, she has been nonstop fucking talking about this shit for the last, I don't even know, fucking week. Hey, how you doing, Red Dragon? I mean, just nonstop fucking talking about it. She is the fucking victim somehow. She has made herself the fucking victim, which is why when everybody's like, oh, why didn't you press charges against her? Because no matter what you guys don't understand is that she is not going to fucking learn a lesson from this. No matter what, she is going to be the victim. She's going to be the victim, and it's not going to change her behavior. It's not going to teach her a lesson. It's not going to fucking do anything. She will always fucking see herself as the victim in this situation, in almost every situation in her entire life, probably. But especially in this one, she's going to be the victim no matter what I do. Doesn't matter, okay? And then I'm going to be the person that's somehow at fault. So she went live yesterday and was fucking going off. I don't have time to play this whole entire thing, but I will scroll around to certain points. it's fucking unbelievable, dude. Like, I've never wanted to fucking throat punch somebody so bad in my fucking life after listening to this shit that she fucking was saying last night. Laura's the victim. Poor Laura. Poor Laura. So I'll play a little bit of the beginning. I'm not going to play the whole entire thing because I just don't have the time. I have shit to do. But wow. Just fucking wow, dude. All right. Let's start off here at the beginning. Let me know if you guys could hear this when my thing stops fucking spinning and I could press play. How come
lately? I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know.
I never thought or think now anyone was jealous of anyone over there. What a weird thing to think. She thinks that everybody's jealous of her. Yeah, this is live, Andy. It's live. I'm real. I'm here.
But
let me know if you guys could hear it.
It was just like too much already. I was like, yeah, no, sorry, can't do it. I just can't.
I don't even know what she's talking about. I didn't hear the beginning part. Let me see if I can fast forward this just a little bit. I have no idea what she's even talking about. Hold on.
And no offense to her. I usually love her. It was just too much.
All right.
Fucking train wreck over on lolcow.
All right. I don't care about that.
She said something to me that's been sitting in my head for, what, 2-3 days now? And we spoke about it a couple of times.
Unfortunately.
Yesterday, the day before. And she had said to me, why don't you just fucking ask them, like, what can you do to fucking end this beef? And I thought about it. I'm like,
I'm going to speed her up just a tad. Hold on a second. Just like 1.25 because she's painful to listen to. All right.
You know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. That's what they don't get. I don't care. I did nothing to them.
Okay.
You want to harbor this anger towards me for 2, 3, 4 years? That's on you. That's not on me. So I've been thinking about it. And something happened this morning, which I'll get into.
This is an entire live of how she's a victim.
Not that fake bitch. I could be fake if I was pushed to it. If these people...
I'm not that fake bitch. I just sat in my on my live streams for 3 fucking years lying about something and pretending I was so against this, thing that I did, right? I just sat there for 3 entire years being fake, basically, okay? But she ain't that fake bitch, yo. She ain't that fake bitch.
Want me to care and want me to acknowledge that I must have hurt them at some point.
Oh, it says premiere live. I don't know why it says that.
Point in the last 3 years that they just can't get the fuck over it. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's just not. We're all adults. People need to move the fuck on. Now, who are the people?
Yeah, for someone who doesn't care, she sure does seem
to
care.
That I understand might have an issue. Nobody that I can think of that is nonstop fucking harassing. Okay?
Harassing.
Hey, Grandma Rose.
Harassing. People are contacting Laura nonstop and just won't leave her the fuck alone. Bro, come on, Laura. Nobody's harassing you. Nobody's contacting you. Nobody's fucking bothering you. Okay? Stop it. Harassing you. Shut the fuck up. You are choosing to go over to people's channels, obviously, and listen to what they have to say. Every fucking time. On my channel, I don't put your fucking name in the titles. Yeah, maybe a few times throughout the years I've put your name in the title. Very seldomly do I put your fucking name in the title or anything having to do with you. So you're choosing to come over to my fucking channel and listen to what I have to say. Not bothering you.
Let's start with Tony New York, okay? Who I believe is the Home Depot account.
What?
Tony New York, I lost serious people over her.
Serious
people in Discord hated her. Gee, they were right. But they hated her. I lost a bunch of people over it. I did absolutely nothing to Tony but have her back. If I hurt her feelings at some point through all of it,
Oh my God.
okay. And sorry I hurt your
I didn't even hear this part. This isn't even the part.
feelings. Now move on. Tony left, I don't know, a year or two ago? Probably 2 years. I don't know. YouTube time is like all fucked up. So I want to say 2 years ago.
YouTube time is fucked up.
And why do you still have a fucking heart on? And the lies that she tells. All I can say is I'm glad she's gone. I'm glad that you're Wispy's fucking problem and not mine. Even after you wrote that shit to Jones in, everything was, oh, I didn't write it. That wasn't me. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it was. Stop being a fucking asshole. Yes, it was. We all know it was you. It was traced back to you. Just stop your lies.
What is she talking about?
So once she was gone, hey, Kim. Once she was gone, I was very happy she was gone.
Okay.
Kim, it's good to see you, babe. I mention you periodically, Kim.
Babe?
I said, in Kimberly Machowski's eyes, I can do no wrong. I am perfect.
G2GMM unblock me how? What? I don't know what the fuck that
But
is.
I did. I lost a lot of fucking people for Tony New York. And I dealt with it. Okay, I understand. People had a problem with Crystal.
Oh, yeah, she always talks shit
And
about Kimberly Machowski.
To this day, I still say it was jealousy on some of them, not all of them. I do say
What?
they were jealous of Crystal.
Oh, my God, dude.
And they did everything they could to smash Crystal, smash me. Didn't
Smash.
matter. And they let it be known how much they hated Crystal.
All right, I'm just going to fast forward this because this is just stupid.
You know what? I'm going to tell you guys the same thing that I told this person that I was talking to the other day.
Okay.
These people have made it to the point that I don't give a fuck.
Oh, no.
I don't care if I once hurt their feelings. I don't care if I
Yeah, Bella Rose. I got to play that part. That's
did
what I was
something that
looking
they
for.
can't get over. I'm sorry. I don't care anymore. And that's on you guys. Because at one point, I really did care. At one point, you know, I was dumbfounded. I was hurt. I was shocked. I was surprised. More than just the whistleblowers.
Whistleblowers.
But you know what I don't do?
Whistleblowers.
I'm not harboring fucking anger.
Somebody must have said harbor something and she heard that and she is fucking running with it through this live. I'm not harboring hate. I'm not harboring anger. Harbor. My new word.
Even though shit went down, I don't harbor this anger. I don't harbor it for any of you. None. And I'm talking to ex-Patreons, ex-mods, whatever.
God, dude.
I truly wish the best for all of you, and I
Bullshit.
wish you would move the fuck on.
Mm.
I am not that special. I mean, to certain people I am. But in the realm of reality, I'm not that fucking special.
In the realm of reality.
There is no reason for you people to be harboring fucking hatred like I fucked your husbands.
Laura, my husband, and I'm pretty sure I could speak for most of the husbands out there, wouldn't fuck you with somebody else's dick, okay? Let's just put, you're fucking a Sasquatch that's like 20 feet fucking tall. Your fucking big toe is fucking, I don't know, looks like a fucking alien finger, okay? Ain't nobody's husband's fucking you, okay? So stop saying that. Find something else to fucking say. Just saying.
I don't talk about you. I don't worry about you.
She doesn't give a fuck so much that she's been live about the same thing, I think like 3 or 4 times in the last week, dude. In the last week.
I don't think about you. I don't go in your lives. I don't troll you. I do nothing.
Or she only trolls Wog, the guy who is quote unquote harassing her, right? That she just wanted, I just want him to leave me alone, right? She wants this guy to leave her alone so bad that when he finally fucking does, and he just doesn't talk about her and he moves on, she's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna create a troll account in his name, in my name, right? And then put Bad Wolf on it, because like, whatever. And I'm gonna go fucking troll him. You know, because I want this guy to leave me alone that bad that I'm going to go fucking antagonize him into fucking talking about me, even though I've begged him to leave me the fuck alone, right? Okay, Laura. Okay.
This includes former Patreons, recent Patreons that left, all of them.
She trolled him again last night? Shut up. Shut up. And Laura, can I ask what on God... Oh, fuck, hold on. Why is this thing coming up? What the fuck do you need a table saw for? Can I fucking ask? I need to know. Are you building a fucking house? Like, what the fuck are you building, dude? That you need a fucking table saw for? Like, what the fuck is going on over there? Laura's a master woodworker now, guys. She went from candle maker to fucking... She hasn't even mastered that shit yet. But now she's a master fucking woodworker.
Because I'm a narcissist. It's you guys have hurt me to the point I don't care anymore.
Wow, that's what you guys hurt her. Never mind the fact that she fucking lied to people for 3 years. You guys hurt her feelings.
We're not getting.
No, Tom Ford doesn't look up your house when you spend fucking $150.
There are certain expatriates that I do still care about, that I still talk to, that some I have on again, off again, whatever.
That is so fucking weird. And it's so true, because when I was friends with her, I know Nadia and the girl Lisa, the two that hide all the time, okay? They have this weird dynamic in the friendship where, like, Nadia, for instance, she will disappear for, like, an entire, like, 3 months and then, like, not talk to Laura. And she'll be, I'm sure she's around talking to other people, talking shit about Laura. And then she goes back to Laura. And then she goes away from Laura. And then she goes back to Laura. And then she goes away from Laura. And there's a few of them that do this. And it's fucking weird. You know, it's like, how many times do you need to be kicked in the fucking shins by this bitch to realize, like, it's probably just not going to work out? Like, I'll be damned if I ever have that push-pull dynamic with a friend, okay? On here especially, that I'm going to keep just going back and forth with them 100 times. It's like, you know, like, I don't want... To me, that just sounds toxic. It's either we're friends... Yes, our friends going to have, you know, minor disagreements and shit at times. Of course they are, right? Are they going to get upset with each other? That's just normal life. But, you know, the way that these people operate, it's like, well, they fucking go... It's like this love-hate relationship where they just keep going back and forth, where it's like they like each other, they hate each other, like each other, they hate each other, like each other, they hate each other. I mean, like, okay, sure, you got in an argument, you know, you don't talk, and then you make up, fine. But... this is like a constant cycle that goes on between these fucking people, because they're all fucking toxic, if you ask me. You know, I think after like a few times, you know, normal people would be like, this just isn't worth the stress that it brings in my life. So I'm just going to, you know, back away from this person. No, they just keep, this cycle just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. It's fucking weird. I'm sorry, it is.
But telling this to one of them the other day really made me realize something. It made me fucking realize that not only...
Have to admit, Wogs, Misfit Jetty drunk live last night was boring. He's gross.
Do these people make it their problem?
I'm not... Look, the dude ain't a fucking victim in my eyes. Like, I'm just saying, I bring it up for the fact that, like, Laura claims, you know, he was harassing her and he's a narcissist. Or, I'm sorry, a narcissist. And... you know, she wants him to leave her alone. He's obsessed and all this other shit. And then when he finally does leave her alone, he doesn't talk about her for a period of time. She goes back in to antagonize the guy. So it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to feel as bad for you now that this man is bothering you when you're kind of asking for him to fucking fuck with you now at this point. Like, what's wrong with you?
But it's like, they just need
something
to hate.
Rubber sandals.
They just need someone to hate in order to feel justified in their fucking life.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm sorry, I don't do that. And if I'm mad at you, I'm mad at you for a minute and I move the fuck on.
That is like the furthest thing from the truth. That is the furthest thing from the truth.
And everyone knows that.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
I don't have, even for the people that burn me the most, I don't have hatred for them.
She always gets burned. Laura doesn't have hatred for anybody. Oh my God, dude. I don't think anybody actually hates her. You know, I think it's just like, okay, people dislike you. You know, it's a little different on social media than it would be in real life, because Normally, okay, when you get into a fight with somebody and you disengage with them and you stop talking to them, you're not seeing them every day, right? You're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd have to stalk their life out to be able to see them and see what they're doing and saying when you're not there. It's a little different on social media because it's like you might fall out and disconnect from somebody, but that person's still going live every day, or not, not every day, but they're still going live. So you're still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have an access to them that you wouldn't necessarily have in real life, because normally when you just disconnect from somebody, that's it. You don't talk to them. You don't, maybe you might hear, okay, a friend of a friend tell you something about them, but like, you don't have that opportunity to hear them lying anymore. You know what I'm saying? And to see their bullshit anymore. The reason that you disconnected from them, you don't see it anymore. It's just gone from your life. On social media, on YouTube, it's like you're constantly, that person's still there. They're still there. They're still, repeating the same behaviors. So it's a little different. I don't think she understands. I'm trying to give her a pass here, like she doesn't understand, but she does. She obviously understands, because you'd have to be an idiot to not fucking understand it.
Forgive and forget. Would I piss on them if they were on fire? Probably not.
She's so gross.
But people think I'm fucking stupid. I'm not.
No, I've never seen anybody as self-absorbed as her. What she fucking says in this live stream just blew my mind, dude.
Stupid. That's kind of how I felt this morning, which I'm going to get into that.
Yeah, please do.
But it's YouTube. And I do appreciate people that have supported me, past, present, and future. And I do appreciate those who have my back. But one thing I realized, and I don't think I ever realized it until I had this conversation the other night, and I debated
so it does terrible
talking about it, but I decided to talk about it because I think it's important.
You probably should have debated with yourself just a little bit longer on this one, Laura, and just not talked about this, because what you're about to say in this part of your live stream, I can't even believe you're saying this out loud. Like, I just can't.
Written for it.
And like, obviously you don't see a problem with it. You think that this is normal. You think that this is how normal people think, and it's not.
Everyone to hear, especially people that support me now. Hey, Whistledown.
Hey, Whistledown.
One of the things that I think people forget, yes, money is important. Yes, I need financial support. This is my job.
Yes, money is important. I need financial support. Let's just get that out of the fucking way. Okay? You guys should all be paying her, because she does so much on here. She does so much for everybody. She's such an entertainer. She brings so much logic and value to this platform, to these people's lives, that they should all be fucking paying her. Obviously. Obviously. Laura, dude. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I tried to open up her.
It's one of them. This is my job. I pay the bills. I put food in my kid's mouth with this money. So
she just shoves food in her kids' mouths. Open up. Here's the food.
Yes, financial's important.
Laura, two of your kids don't even live with you anymore, okay? And I'm not saying that you don't have to, in some way, shape, or form, pay for their, food or whatever, okay? But let's just face it. One kid is pretty much independent from you at this point. Your one kid is completely independent from you. Okay? Then you have another kid that's away at college who's, sure, you have to pay for college in some way. Do I believe that you that has all this, $200,000 or whatever of debt that you're ready to claim bankruptcy, that you were able to, get loans for the kids? No, I don't. There's no part of me that believes that you were able to secure any type of loans for your kids' college. I know they have another parent. I don't know what, the other parent did for them, but I'm sure, that came into play, and you could take out your own student loans and get grants and everything like that. So I don't buy that you fucking took out all these loans. Your kids probably have loans that they're going to be paying, just like normal people who go to college, myself included, that had loans, that walked out of fucking college with tons of money owed to the government, okay? I know I did. So I'm sure that's the case, okay? You have one kid at home that you have to feed on a daily basis. And I'm not saying you don't have to support your kids that are in college. What I'm saying is it's not the same as having 3 kids living in your fucking home, you know, and you having to feed them dinner every night. I mean, just stop already. Her kids are going to be like grown, married adults, and she's still going to be fucking using this shit.
I am dealing with so many different personalities and so many different points of view, and I'm only one person.
Thank you, garden girl.
Emotional support is extremely important towards me. And everybody gets in there.
This is about emotional support, guys. It's not about the money, okay? She got that out of the way. It's about the emotional support. I need the emotional support.
What's the word? Everyone gets in their own head and they worry about them.
Why shouldn't they worry about themselves? So wait, let me get this straight. You want strangers on the internet, okay, that you've never fucking met in real life, you want them to worry about you and your kids and your family before they worry about themselves? People that are paying you. Oh, okay. Okay.
And like I said to someone, and some of you that have been here,
thank you for the super chats, me, Burgundy, Fresh Star, Christine. I'm so obsessed with you. I can't stop talking about it. Thank you.
You're not included in what
the $4.99 super chat.
What I'm about to say. Whistle Down.
It's a troll.
Well, Whistle Down, you're not on Patreon. I'm gonna go with Sly, Rock Gem, Sweet Misery, Angel, Amber, not Angel. I don't know why I said Angel. You guys are not included in this. Everyone that's still on Patreon, not included in this.
AKA all the people I still have fooled, you aren't included in this. Now, I noticed last night when I was watching this, because I was peeping her chat, which I normally don't really sit there and watch her chat, but I noticed a few people in her chat, first of all, didn't even know who I was. So if they don't know me, then that means that they don't know, you know, probably any of the people that she's talking about. She's got a lot of new people in there, obviously some old people, but like they don't know the history. You know, and the people that she's naming now, this one Sly Angel person, I don't know how long they've been around. I don't remember them from back in the day, so they must be relatively new. Maybe, you know, the last year or so. I'm not really sure. And this other person, Amber, that she's naming, I don't know how new, you know, they are, but I don't remember them. So you're dealing with people who don't really know Laura that well. They don't.
But when everything went down.
Yeah. They're paying her and she's talking like they owe her. Yeah. Yep.
What I needed the most was support. I needed someone to
She needed to be fucking coddled when she got busted out for calling CPS, dude. I cannot believe the fucking balls on this bitch. Like, I'm not, but I am. At the same time, when I'm listening to this shit last night, I'm like, is this fucking real life right now that this bitch is sitting there like, I needed your support? What?
reach out and say, are you okay?
Oh my God.
My whole fucking world flipped upside down in that moment.
Laura, your whole world is YouTube. That's pretty fucking sad, dude. Her whole world came crashing down. This just tells me that Laura's never actually dealt with real fucking problems in life, because, like, if that is your whole fucking world, right, and it came crashing down, I mean, that's pretty fucking sad, Laura. I'd say you have a pretty good fucking life, you know? If this is the worst thing that's happened to you in your life, then damn, you've had a pretty good fucking life, you know? I know people right now that are going through fucking way worse than what you're going through right now. 10 times worse than what you're going through right now, okay? And the fact that you expect people to, like, coddle your ass when you did this to yourself is it's fucking mind-blowing, dude. It really is.
And not one of these people, and again, the ones still here, ignore it. This has nothing to do with you.
Wow.
But I needed one of them before they ran and left to say, how are you? Are you okay?
How are you? Are you okay? You see how you could tell Laura doesn't have empathy? That was so hard to come out of her mouth. Listen how fucking awkward that was. Even when she's just saying it, like, not as herself, okay? Asking for something. Just listen to how fucking awkward those words were coming out of her mouth. Listen.
But I needed one of them before they ran and left to say, how are you? Are you okay?
Sounds like a fucking robot. Robot. How are you? Are you? Yeah. Those are words that she's just not used to saying to other people. How are you? Are you okay? You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't come out of her fucking mouth naturally. How are you? Are you? Oh, yeah. So after lying to people for 3 fucking years or however long it was, right? After fucking lying to people, not just lying to people, let me just put this into perspective, okay? Not just lying to people and denying that she was a CPS caller, but like actively acting like she was so against it and blaming other people for what she did. She wanted these people that were paying her, that were believing in her, that were supporting her in some way. She wanted them to be like, before I go, Laura, do you need anything? You know, I know you've lied to me for the last 3 years and acted like, you know, people were crazy when they were, you know, and gaslight everybody, right? I know you were lying and gaslighting me for the last 3 years, but is there anything I could do for you before I go? You know, can I rub your feet? Can I give you more money? What can I do to help you, Laura? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, is this real fucking life right now? I cannot believe she had the balls to go up on a fucking live stream like this and fucking ask this. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? And say this shit. Oh my God.
But everybody just thought of themselves and not Laura's whole fucking world is being turned.
I mean, not for nothing, Laura, but you're part of the reason why people are so against these CPS calls, right? Your own people. You went up on plenty of live streams acting like, my kids are traumatized, they can't open doors. You know, it's such a horrible thing to do, right? Then when people believe you and they're like, wow, that is really fucking horrible to do, and then you do it, what do you expect? How do you expect these people to fucking act? I mean, it really is mind-blowing that somebody who had it done to them, that's sitting there acting like there's some type of fucking victim, okay, which you are in all rights, okay? Whoever called on you, fuck that person. They're an asshole. But whoever called on you is wrong. But seeing that it was done to you at no point in time, it's even worse, dude. That it's like you sat up here and cried about how fucking horrible it was, and then you go and do it to somebody else, dude. You go and do, I don't even care that it was me. Forget it, me. I don't care who it was. I don't give a fuck who it was. How do you do that? Like, do you not see how fucked up that is from those people's perspective? No, she doesn't. She's a fucking narcissist and she just can't see from other people's perspectives, dude. It's obvious.
Upside down right now. What can we do to help her?
What can we do to
make this better?
What could we do, the people you lied to, what could we do to make this better for you, Laura? What could we do to help you, the liar? You are fucked, dude. Fucked.
Even if we're going to leave, what can we do to help?
Even if we're going to leave.
Make this better for everybody. How do we make this better for her to not lose subscribers, members, whatever?
First of all, that doesn't even make any sense because how are these people going to help you not lose subscribers, Laura? How? What exactly would you want any of the people that were in your Discord, your Patreon, your fucking members, whatever the fuck it is, what would you have liked them to do to stop you from losing subscribers and members and all this other shit? How are they supposed to help you in that way? Wow, dude. I am astonished at the fucking selfishness of this person. I've never seen a person this fucking selfish in my life, dude. This self-absorbed in my fucking life. What the fuck did you want these people to fucking do? What the fuck did you want them to do to help you? Let me, could you guys just throw a little fucking pillow under Laura to cushion her fall from grace? I mean, what the fuck did you want them to do? I've never heard such a thing in my life. I cannot believe she went live and fucking said this shit out loud. But at the same time, I can, because this is so in fucking character with her. It's so on brand.
But instead, it was a shock and it was, we're out of here.
Oh my God.
Okay.
She said, I'm sorry you made me do it and get over it. Yeah.
That's why I say
right.
financial
What more do you want? Blood?
support come and go. But true supporters will be there.
She can't even be fucking bothered. They're not friends. They're not acquaintances. They're fucking supporters. True supporters. Wow, dude. Wow. Wow. True supporters.
Like, and I'm gonna say this right here, and I'm gonna call this out.
Yeah, you do.
Some
that.
people, and it's been said to me, some people sometimes don't like Sly Angel's attitude towards them. Okay?
Listen to this. Listen to this shit.
Have I ever addressed it? No. You want to know why? Because Sly was the first person to rally behind me.
So she doesn't care how Sly Angel treats the other people around her. She's like, you could treat everybody else around me like shit, but as long as you're good to me, well, then that's all that matters. That's why I won't say anything. Okay, if somebody else who I also care about comes to me and says, you know, this person's being mean to me or whatever, I'm not going to give a fuck because you know why? They kiss my ass. Okay, sorry to hear that. You know, deal with it. I won't say anything because they're fucking sucking my dick, my virtual dick. So I don't care how they treat other people. I don't care. I only care how they treat me. Oh my God.
She was the very first person, her and Amber were the first two people that asked me, are you okay? What can we do to help? What can we do? Like they did.
I'm embarrassed for these women. And I think, and if I had to wager a guess here, they're probably cringing or were cringing as they were listening to her say this, because I know Laura used to do shit like this to me when I was friends with her. She would like say shit that I'd be like, that's not exactly how I feel, or you know what I'm saying? Like they have to be cringing at her saying this. Like I would be fucking cringing like crazy. Cause like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. It's just weird, Laura. It's weird. Stop.
Everything that a supporter fucking does.
A supporter, not a friend, a supporter. Everything that a supporter does. Laura has a list of what supporters are supposed to do and not do, and they're doing all the right things that a supporter's doing. You know, they're giving me my fucking validation. Oh my God. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
They do.
Yeah, Twilight Zone. I haven't been live, and I honestly, she's been live like 3 or 4 times talking about this shit. And I even think the last time I went live, I don't even think I talked about her. If I did, it was like 5 minutes. I was trying to just like talk about other things because I was like, I'm not going to say a fucking thing about this, okay? And I'm just going to sit back and watch Laura talk about it, dude, nonstop. She cannot shut the fuck up about this. She is the victim of what she did. And I know it's not me. I'm not fucking Laura. I'm not the one saying anything to you. I haven't been live, so I'm not the one, you know, calling you out or saying anything or trying to keep this going. I haven't said anything, dude. I've been quiet because I know that you're the one who's keeping this alive. You are enjoying, even though you act like you aren't, you're thoroughly enjoying this position that you're in right now. It gives you a reason to be a victim, okay? And you're thoroughly enjoying this position that you're in right now. Because forget all the other people. Laura knows she's not winning all these other people over. She's got at least, 30 people fucking fooled, right? At least 30 of them fooled. So these people are going to be more inclined to, give to her and help her out if she's the victim, right? Poor Laura. So that's what she's doing right now. This isn't about other people. It's about, her coming up here and being a victim, because this has worked for her in the past. This is her whole brand on here, is basically like, poor me, everybody's picking on me. And I guess I'll just go eat worms, But before I do that, I'm going to tell the whole internet about how I'm a victim.
Did everything to try to make it okay for me. Sly had a long conversation with me about, what I was doing wrong, what I needed to do. And
that's pretty sad. At 50 something years old, you needed some other, I don't know Sly, I don't know how old they are, but at 50, I'm gonna wager a guess that they're fucking a little younger than her. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're around the same age as her. Doesn't really matter their age. You needed another adult to tell you that this was wrong. Wow.
Explain to me why. And that meant the world to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely the world to me.
Good.
So, and believe me, that's not saying that the two of them were so fucking happy with what happened, because they were not. But they took...
And in all fairness, those people don't know me, okay? And obviously don't know the history here, okay? Like, yeah, I fully own this. I was talking shit about Laura, dude. I was clowning the fuck out of her, okay? And her fucking stupid candles and her fucking spray painted furniture and whatever the fuck else, you know, I was clowning on at the time. Absolutely, 100% I was, you know, and I take responsibility for that. But I mean, there was things that she acts like I was, you know, like literally just showing up at her front door, punching her in the fucking face every day. You know, it's like, Laura, you didn't have to watch me. Okay. You could have reached out to me. Like, there's other things you could have done before you did what you did. But you'll see, she's going to act like she's, you know, I was at my breaking point. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
A minute to fucking realize, you know what? Here's someone we support. We need to support her. Even if we don't agree with the action she took, I can't even imagine what she's going through right now.
So we should all be like, well, not we, because obviously I'm not included, but Sly, you know, all these people that she's directing this at, all her ex-patrons that left, okay, at the time, they should all just model themselves after one Sly Angel and whoever the fuck else she's talking about. I don't even know the other person.
I can't even imagine how she feels right now.
Oh, poor
They
Laura.
did that. And so did a lot of other...
How does the poor CPS caller feel? Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
The people in Patreon. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she said I did worse in the past. I'm like, really, Laura? What? Exactly what did I do that was worse than that in the past? Please, you know, enlighten me.
I'm just using that.
Because examples that Laura's brought up before were like, oh, she was in Molly's Patreon. All right, Laura. So let's just, you know, put it all out on the table. Yes, I fucking doxed somebody who was doxed me for like 2 years fucking straight. Okay. I finally had enough and I fucking doxed their fucking address back. Okay. You know, guilty. In the meanwhile, that person doxed like, I don't even know how many fucking other people, you know, in those 2 years besides myself. But okay, fine. Then with my own money, okay, my money, I went into her Patreon for a couple of months and fucking made a channel and clowned her fucking ass on the channel. Made silly videos about her smelling her fucking tampon, okay, whatever the fuck she was doing. And, you know, yes, is that much worse? I don't know, man. I guess it depends on where the fuck, you know, who you're looking at. Everything else Laura's like said I've done, I haven't done. Or like she says, oh, I told somebody to stick a needle in their arm and die, which I didn't do. I said, yeah, stick a needle in your arm. Wrong. It was wrong of me. Have you heard me say anything like that to anybody in the last, I don't know, 4 years? Like, have you heard me say anything even close to that to somebody? I mean, come on. So I'm curious to know what I did that was so much worse than making a fucking egregious lie up about somebody and calling a government agency on them, Laura. What the fuck did I do that was so much worse than that? Please tell me.
Them as example because they're here on every live. Sly Angel, Amber, they may not be here from beginning to end, but they are here on every live.
Wow.
Amber usually comes in towards like halfway to the end. Sly is usually here. Sly's always here in the beginning to middle.
She gets no answers from me. I owe her nothing. I never talked to her in July like she keeps saying. That was the other person, and there's proof she needs to stop spinning stories. She doesn't even remember. It's sad. Oh my God.
And I just think that people, and I respect them for that. Like I think Rock Gem came in after though. I'm talking the day it happened. I think Rock Gem came in. Yeah, she did. She came in a little while.
So Rock Gem joined your Patreon after you got busted out as being a CPS caller. Okay.
While after that. I'm talking
So all these, my whole point in this is that all these people, like when I say they don't know the history, okay, I don't know why you need to know the history because I pretty much think like even if you're new and you hear about this, you're like, wow, that's kind of fucked up, Laura. You called up CPS and lied about this family, you know, because what, the person was talking about you. But like, then again, I don't know what kind of stuff she has told these people in private, that I've like done to her, you know, besides just talking shit on my fucking live streams and like laughing at her stupid candles. I don't know what else she's told them. She has definitely painted herself as like the worst victim of all victims, you know? But you'll hear her say it. I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because she's just talking about, you know, these people, I don't know, being in her fucking live stream. Nobody cares.
It was about emotional support. It was about people that I know gave me the support that I fucking needed.
Wow.
At that time.
Wow.
And that to me means more than any dollar amount.
Yeah, sure.
And that's what people don't.
All of a sudden, Laura is more about emotional support than dollars, right? Because honestly, let's just be honest. If she's going to give herself away in a few minutes on this live stream, when she starts talking about how, you know, talking about her business is going real life on her and it's taking money out of her kids' mouths and blah, 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 okay? Obviously, Laura, that's what you're mad about. It's not, Laura's not mad about the lack of emotional support. No matter how fucking much she wants to make everybody believe that that's what she's upset about, is like, oh my God, you abandoned me emotionally. I have abandonment issues. That's not what it's about, dude. That is not what the fuck this is about. This is strictly about, we know that Laura's in a bad financial bind right now because she's thinking of, you know, filing fucking bankruptcy, which I don't even think she's going to be able to file because, like, really, what fucking bills do you have that you are so fucking, like, I don't know. There's no fucking way on in hell I will ever believe that you owe over $100,000 for college loans. Bullshit. Because you know what happens with those? I had it happen to me. I couldn't pay off. I think it was about like the last $4,000 that I owned on my, you know, on my college loans. This is going back years ago, like over a decade ago. And guess what happened? They took it. They just took it. They took it right out of my fucking tax return. They don't, you could put them in forbearance. You could put them in, what's the other thing? You know, which I did. I did that because I never had the extra money to pay out, you know, for this last like $4,000 that I owed on my loans. I paid some of it off and I just couldn't afford the last couple of $1,000s that I owned. I think it was like, might have been less than $4,000, right? At the time when this was happening. I just started, you know, it was probably around the time where I moved in with my husband. And it's like, you know, you're paying for all these extra things now that I wasn't paying for when I lived at home. So I was paying bills, different bills, you know what I'm saying? So I just didn't have the extra money to put towards these loans, right? Which was stupid of me. I'm very bad with money. I'll be the first person to admit that. But anyway, right? They just took it out of my paycheck, dude. Or not my paycheck, I'm sorry. They just took it out of our tax return one year. Which, you know, did I want to pay $4,000 at one time? No, not really. But you know what? It happened. And I'm glad it's just paid off now. And I don't ever have to worry about student loans again unless I go back to school. My whole point is, okay, like, there's no way. How many years has she been out of college? Okay? There's no way. First of all, you can't even count those in a bankruptcy. So if that's what most of your debt is from, good luck, because that doesn't even count. You can't claim student loans in a bankruptcy filing. So that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Doesn't make any fucking sense. She thinks people are like stupid here on this platform. Like nobody here has ever, you know, filed bankruptcy themselves or had a friend that filed bankruptcy or anything like that. They do not count that on your loans. Also with the medical bills that she's claiming are putting her so far into debt, those don't go on your credit, okay? Give them like $10 a month, okay? And you could shut them up. So I don't believe that. And in most cases with medical bills, you could call up and argue them and all this other shit. It might take some time, but you could contact your insurance and whatnot. One of the things that she said, which I had to do this with my mom, so that's why I'm saying this. You know, one of the claims that they made was that, I don't know, she says that she didn't get a referral or something like that. That could easily be argued with your insurance company. You know, bullshit. I do not fucking buy that for a second. Okay, so the two things that she's claiming she's in debt from, student loans and medical bills, are the two things that are not going to go on your credit report. So I'm sorry, student loans will go on your credit report, but they're gonna eventually just take the money from you, dude. The government is not going to let you just not pay. They're going to fucking get their money back. So I don't buy that, you know, oh, I couldn't afford, you know, I'm $100,000 in debt and they're just going to let you skate away, Laura. No, that's not how it works. I think her fucking debt is from her just retarded, I'm sorry to use that word, but it's the only fucking word I can think of, overspending that she does for her, you know, candle company, where she's just buying all this bullshit that she just doesn't need. You know, she's an overspender. Sorry, but she is. No, student loans do not go into bankruptcy. So she's full of shit, okay? Totally fucking full of shit. The government sold them to another. Yeah, they'll sell them and sell them and sell them, and then eventually they'll just fucking take them from. They'll just take the fucking money from you. Okay? I put them into forbearance. I did whatever the other one was. I forgot. And eventually I just couldn't run it anymore, you know? I couldn't outrun the fucking debt. I had to pay for it, which fucking pisses me off, because nowadays, if you went to school at like a certain time, they have like these debt forgiveness things. It's crazy. Student debt, you know? But anyway, and I didn't even finish school. I didn't even walk out with a fucking degree. All I walked out with was debt, which is my own fault. I'm just saying. But, yeah, she's so full of shit. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that she's in debt. And the medical bills, again, most of them could be argued. They're not going to affect your credit. They're not going to go on your credit report. So I'm sorry. I just don't buy it. But whatever her debt is, okay, if she's even that far in debt, that's what she's upset about. That's why she's having this fucking meltdown. Because a week ago, Laura was in there, you know, I gotta file bankruptcy, chapter 7, blah, 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 you know. And now it's about emotional support, right? Now we're supposed to believe that, you know, she's so upset because everybody's just abandoned her emotionally. Yeah, okay.
Don't realize. So I just wanted to give the two.
Yeah, everybody's in debt. Everybody's in debt. If you own a house, guess what? You're in debt. If you own a car, guess what? You're in debt. Well, if you're fucking still making payments on it. If you have credit cards, guess what? You're probably in debt. You know? I mean, it's just life. Like, I mean, she's the only person, right?
Two of them. And I don't want to leave anyone out. But like I said, I'm specifically naming both of them because they mod all the time. So they're in my lives all the time. I
have had medical bills from 2012 and none in my credit, plus all the ones from 2024. My hubby's, I'm sorry, hold on, care flighted and stroke. Ooh, just pay what you can. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense, dude. Doesn't make sense.
Steph is another one.
I'm the happiest, poorest bitch I know.
Who was there?
That's
There a lot of people were there. So I just want to make that known. And I truly, truly thank them for doing that. And that's why you'll never see me have a problem with them. I don't say anything to them because when I needed people the most, they stepped up as fast as humanly possible.
All right. Everybody just give Sly Angel and whoever the fuck else a round of applause, okay? They're such great role models for all of us, okay? Now, in all reality, I don't fucking know these people. I don't know them, but I don't, like, they're the last people that I would model my fucking life after.
Why others didn't and they just took off, I don't know. I really don't know. Math Kitty's another one. She stepped up immediately, even though she's not really in Discord. I mean, I can name off 30 people, but they're the ones that people, you know, have said something about. So that's why I'm mentioning it. But I kind of got off topic.
Wow.
But
wow.
I know that they had nothing but true heart. And again, nobody accepted what I did. But it was about supporting somebody that you support, that they saw, okay, she needs support now. And they didn't fail me. And I don't know why.
So they were the three idiots who, I don't even mean to call these people idiots because in all reality, I don't know them. So I can't even speak on their character. But in this situation, I think they made a idiotic decision. I can't even I've lost my train of thought there. I don't know these people, but I mean, it's like, great, Laura. So 3 people, thought about you before they thought about themselves, Wow. Maybe because the other people that left were around long enough to see you do a bunch of fuck shit. Like those people, Sly Angel, whoever else she's naming, Rock Gem, I think, and then somebody else. Amber, I don't even know. They're new. They weren't the people that were being lied to for fucking 3 years straight, okay, about this shit. So maybe that's why they were more inclined to be like, well, we'll forgive her. But you have other people that were there for the, since 2021, maybe, and before, that watched you put on this fucking show, acting like, you're some innocent victim and you're so against people calling CPS and going after families and going after kids. They watched you do all that. So yeah, maybe that's why these people are like, wow, dude, I feel fucking fooled. I feel betrayed. Do you know like how shameful it is for people sometimes when it's like, oh my God, I like have a bad read of people, I thought I had a better read of people and now I found out that I don't, I mean, there's a lot of shame when people betray your trust. You feel ashamed because you're like, well, I should have seen this, and I should have known better. And those people shouldn't feel ashamed. They're just being good friends. But she doesn't seem to understand that. She doesn't seem to understand that people are like, wow, dude, this girl just lied to me for fucking 3 years straight, dude. Like that's kind of fucked up. She sat here and acted like a victim. Like, what else is she lying about? She don't even, like, that doesn't even go through her head. All she's worried about is like, how could they support me? Meanwhile, these other people that she's, that ran to her rescue and lifted her up and, cushioned her fall from fucking grace. Those people don't know Laura's whole history with this shit. Okay. They weren't around.
Why others couldn't do that.
Ooh, your dog got sprayed by a skunk. That is horrible.
So when people have this
tomato juice, isn't that what they say? I don't know.
About how horrible I am and blah, 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 blah.
Blah, blah,
Fuck
blah,
you.
blah, blah.
Get over it. Move the fuck on.
Move the fuck on. So what? I lied to you guys for 3 years straight to your faces. Move on.
And
wow.
Stop only thinking of yourself, because there are two people in this relationship, not just one.
Two people.
And you don't see me crying and going after you and crying, poor me, poor me, poor me.
That's exactly what the fuck you're doing right now, Laura, is crying, poor me, poor me, poor me. That's exactly what you always do, but you're really fucking doing it right now as we're sitting here watching this. I mean, this is the epitome of fucking poor me, poor me, poor me. It really is.
No, I accepted it and I moved on.
Oh, good for you. Well, you're just, you know why, Laura? Because you don't have any fucking feelings, really. You don't, obviously. Okay? Because, most people, when they get hurt by somebody that they care about, it takes them a little time to, process things and to, like, understand, like, what the fuck happened. It takes time to process things. They don't just immediately go, oh well, okay, this person lied to me for 3 years. I'm over it. Let me move on. This person that I've been paying, for fucking 3 years and I believed in, let me just move on. Let me just move on. Like, it doesn't work like that for everybody else, Laura. Normal people are like, wow, I cannot believe this fucking person, lied to me for that long. Like, that's so deceptive. Then you start going back through all the conversations that you had with the person. Like, what else were they lying about? I mean, normal people take time to process pain and hurt, okay? You, on the other hand, obviously, I think you're lying, but, you try to play it off like, oh, I just get over things. You don't, though. You don't, clearly.
Plain and simple. And I advise you do the same.
Nobody needs your fucking advice, honestly. Unless you're advising people on how to be a shitbag, because that's pretty much the only thing you're fucking good at, nobody needs your fucking advice.
So there's one person who I want to address because it seems she doesn't tell the whole story. But I think we're talking about this. There was a mod that I had named Dawn Marie who left 3-4 years ago or something. I don't know, 3-4 years ago.
This shit is so fucked up. Wait until you hear what she fucking says right here. You're gonna die. You're gonna fucking die.
Dawn was having money issues. Living with her dad, her husband.
Okay, why do any of us need to know this? I don't fucking care. Everybody here has had money issues at some point in their time. Why is this our business?
Living in a place that
It's deeper. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Let me read your comment. It's deeper than that. I was in her Patreon and she even implied in her Patreon it was Tiffany, Marie, and Molly that called on you. Are you serious? Thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. I appreciate it. Wow, dude. Wow. So she wasn't only just like denying it, she was blaming other people and pointing the finger. That is, I mean, not surprising, but wow.
Knew well.
Wow.
And she had told me she was having money problems. As I do with other Patreons, drop down to the dollar tier.
Listen to how she acts like she's doing people a fucking favor here. People that have been paying her for years, right? That drop down to them. She's like, oh, I dropped them down to the dollar tier. So it's like, you still have to pay me, but just not as much.
When things get better, just move it back up.
Wow.
Okay, thank you so much. Because, you know, in Discord, you build a friendship, you build a relationship.
And this was something that she used to complain about a lot when we were friends about, like, you know, oh, this person, like, she was, like, constantly watching her memberships and her Patreons and, like, you know, oh, this person left memberships. I wonder why, you know, like, and I'm like, who? I don't know, dude. Like, I don't even question people. I don't even know when you leave my membership. Like, I'm very thankful for those of you guys who are in memberships. I really do appreciate it. I gotta get a little better with making more content for you guys. I was going strong for a while, but I mean, I'm very grateful for anybody. Like, but if you like can't, you know, for whatever reason, I don't even fucking care the reason. Just go. Like, just don't pay. Like, you don't have to ever explain to me why you can't fucking pay a membership. It's fine. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Trust me, whatever the reason is, I fucking get it. Okay. And you don't have to rejoin or ever, you know, I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not, I'm just not like that. So
With people, I would never want money to be the reason why you have to leave, ever.
Yeah, sure.
And anyone that's ever dropped down to a dollar spot can tell you that. But I'm not going to hound you to move it back up either. Like, I assume,
well,
and most have, that when your money gets better, you'll move it back up to where you were. Because
why do they have to move it back up, though? Just like maybe the dollar spot is all they could afford. Like, there's so many subscriptions that people are paying for. And like, I know it. Look, if you have something that's more important that you have to pay for, then by all means give your money towards that and not towards me.
Because at that time it was, I mean, it still is, but anything under $10 doesn't get in Discord.
$10 to get in her Discord? Wow.
But I'm not going to be fucking taken advantage of either.
So how are you being taken advantage of in this situation, dude? Like, are you fucking kidding me? How the fuck are you being taken advantage by people that are paying you? Even if they're giving you a fucking $1 a month, how the fuck are they taking advantage of you in this situation? Hold on a second. I gotta let the freaking pain in the butt in. Give me a sec. I'm baffled. You guys roast on that one and let me know when I get back, because I need to know the answer to that. People that are paying her are taking advantage of her. Okay, sure. I don't know how the fuck
Marie was
that
at a
works.
dollar spot for a while. Then she opened up her own Discord. Now, we saw where this was going, but she opened up her own Discord, and then she started taking some of the mods, and some of the mods were in there. All right, whatever.
Taking them as if like we're playing Pokemon, okay, and we're trading fucking cards here. Taking people? Laura, is there some rule that you could only be in her Discord? What the fuck is going on here? Taking people. Like, do you own these people? This is fucking insane, dude. Taking people.
Like, she thought I was fucking stupid. Like, I didn't know where this was going to end up. Wow. But I let it play out. Then I saw her giving super chats to...
This is the part that I seriously could not fucking believe this shit. Listen to this. Hold on. I'm going to back this up. Listen to this.
But I let it play out. Then I saw her giving super chats to a few different creators. I think it was true crime. It wasn't drama. I'm pretty sure it was true crime. But she was giving super chats. But when I asked her about moving back up, she was like, oh, I can't afford it. Bitch, don't...
You actually fucking asked her? I mean, oh my God. Dude, you were so fucking ballsy, bro. Like, you have no shame. I cannot believe she actually asked this girl, oh, are you moving back up in Patreon? What? Laura's barely ever in her Discord is definitely never was the best part of it. Oh my God, bro. She asked, and like, why are you stalking her? And why do you know who she's super chatting?
Fucking play me for stupid.
What?
I just watched you give super chats for the last fucking 3 nights. But all of a sudden you can't afford it? Get the fuck out of Patreon.
Wow, dude. Wow. I am like, you are so gross, bro. Like, that is fucking sick. Hold on a second. This dog's not going to stop crying. I'm going to have to feed him. What the fuck was that? Hold on. Oh my God. Sorry about that. He's going to keep whining. Every time he does this, I feel bad because I feel like I lied to my mom. My mom, which she used, when I moved in with my husband, she would ask me sometimes to, like, on the way home from work, stop at her house and feed her dogs because she'd be like an hour late. And I'd be like, Mom, the dogs are not going to know, like, if it's 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because there was just some days I was like, ugh, I did it. I ended up always caving in and doing it most of the time. But there was just sometimes I just wanted to go straight home. And I'd be like, Mom, the dogs don't have, like, any concept of time. They don't know what time it is. They're not going to know, like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I'm supposed to be fed. If you're an hour late, like, they're not going to die, She always used to ask me. So I feel kind of bad now about that because Ovi definitely knows what time it is, dude. Like, at 6 o'clock every fucking day, he'll just start whining. Like, he knows that it's fucking feeding time. And I don't know, Snoop wasn't like that. So I don't know. I was like, dogs don't know the time, but he kind of does. And now I feel like I lied to my mom. And do you ever have anything weird like that happen to you? I'm like, I kind of gaslit my mom, dude. And, like, I didn't know. And honestly, I didn't think that dogs would know what fucking time it is. But this dog at 6:30 every day, he wants to be fed. And it's like, I'm like, how do you know what time it is, dude? Like, how do you know? But he knows. So I feel bad about that. Sorry, Mom. All right. Anyway.
I'm not going to be taken advantage of. I'm not going to be made to look like a fucking asshole. I was nice. I let you fucking stay at the dollar slot.
I can't believe this. I was nice and let you pay me $1 instead of, $10.
Once I saw the super chats, okay, well, I need them more than Duty Ron. And I'm sorry, I don't appreciate.
Once I saw the super chats, I need them more than Duty Ron. Lauren, like, what the fuck? First of all, Dawn Marie has been a mod for Duty Ron since I can remember, okay? And second of all, like, fuck you. I mean, like, I cannot fucking believe that she's stalking Dawn Marie in Duty Ron's chat, counting how many times she super chat him, and then somehow told herself that she's being taken advantage of. Wow.
You giving fucking super chats to creators, but playing me for a $1 slot. Sorry. No.
Playing me for a $1 slot. Bro, what the fuck? Oh my God.
That's what happened with Dawn Marie. That was
I'm sorry, but how are the people that are sitting in her chat right now listening to this shit and not going, wait a second here. Wait just a fucking second here. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait just a second here. Maybe she had enough money to give Duty Ron a couple of dollars, but, like, she can't, pay you $10 every month, Like, wow, bro. Just fucking wow. I mean, Duty Ron is, when you super chat people, you're super chatting them because, like, he brings a lot to the table, dude. He has a lot of expertise and knowledge in his field, which is why you might... thank you for the $1.99. Thank you for being nice and letting me send this to you. I mean, like, what the fuck, dude? Thank you very much. You don't have to do that. But, like, what? Why are you counting how much she's giving to somebody else, Laura? It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's not like she's, Dawn Marie's asking you to give her money and then she's going and super chatting people. Then I totally understand. If Dawn Marie was like, hey, Laura, could you give me $20? I can't afford food this week, And then all of a sudden the next day you see her super chatting somebody, like $20, you're like, wait a second, you just asked me to borrow $20, but you have $20 to fucking super chat somebody. But like, that's not what was happening in this situation. Like, she was still paying you, just not as much. And you felt used somehow in this situation? What? Like, what? Holy shit.
The last time I ever spoke to Dawn Marie.
Wow.
Tell me why 3 years later she still talks
Dawn Marie is my new hero. Thank you, Pugs. Thank you. You don't have to do that.
about me. Why 3 years later she's got this angst towards me.
Angst.
Dawn, this is your problem, not mine. I understand that you're trying to be like super fucking relevant, but it's not going to happen.
I don't think she's trying to be relevant. I think she's just giving her fucking opinions online like everybody else does.
At least not in my world. I have not thought about you in years. I do not watch you. I do not listen to you. I know, here's what I do know. That you and your little circle have so much motherfucking anger towards me over absolutely nothing. And you all feed on this
Garden girl, she's gonna grow old all alone. I mean, yeah, right? That's it. That is the truth. Because of this.
fucking hatred. Go seek a psychologist. Because that's what you need. Not YouTube. You need a fucking
Everybody needs help, bro. Because they're on YouTube and talking about other people in a drama community. Okay.
psychologist. Janelle pulling up fucking messages
Because you're lying about her, Laura, like you lie about all of us. Yeah, that's
from 5-6 years ago. Trying to act like they're fucking relevant. And then Michelle taking the blame for it. Like, what?
I mean, Laura, you really do talk about this like it's fucking completely 100% normal that you... All right, somebody... I don't care if it was 5 years ago because you probably still do it. If you thought it was normal back then to do, you probably still do it. But, like, you looked... Because somebody spent $150 with her... She was like, oh, I'm going to Google your house. And not only am I going to Google your house, but I'm going to share a picture, which it wasn't a picture. Don't let her fucking gaslight you because I have the fucking text message right the fuck here. Okay. And I will show you guys that at the very bottom of it, you can see that it's not a picture. It's a link to the house. So whether it was a fucking Google link or, what do you call it? A Google link or a fucking... I don't know, Zillow link or Redfin or whatever fucking thing. She shared it with somebody, okay? She shared the house with somebody. Or I don't know if it was in a group. I don't know. I don't know where the message came from, but like, you are the person, okay? I specifically remember this happening like a few weeks ago that Queen Bee was saying that you share addresses and you went on and on and on and on and on and on and on for days. No, I don't do that. I don't look at my customers. I don't share their addresses. And then these people are listening to you and they're like, yeah, bitch, you do because you sent me a fucking picture or you sent somebody a picture of the, you know, a link, not a picture. Let me make that clear. A link to somebody's house because you could see in the text message the box for the link. Even though it's crossed out, you could still see. I'll post it on my community page later. I don't feel like looking for it right now. But you could still see the box underneath it where it's actually a link. It's not a picture. Okay? You could see the black, you know, or gray, whatever the fuck, link. Hold the bus. I never sent her 150 and she Googled me many other. Thank you, Pug. Stop giving me money. You don't have to give me money, but thank you. I appreciate it. She's like, oh, I just looked up their house and I sent a picture. No, it wasn't just a picture, girl. It's a link. I could tell it's a link. But like, why though? You think that that's totally normal to just like, oh, somebody spent $150. I wonder what their house, like, first of all, like $150 is like big money. But like, I could see if they spent like fucking $3,000 with you, but shit, $150, like you've never gotten an order like that. Like, and you looked up their house. Like, why though? Why? Why? Somebody could live in a shitty little house and send you, you know, order $150. I mean, I know people that make tons of money. My best friend's parents were a great example of this. They lived in the most humble fucking abode, okay? Their house was so basic. They didn't even have air conditioning. They didn't have dryer for their laundry. They lived like the most humble life. They drove economy cars. But they had tons of money, dude. But you would never know by looking at their fucking house. So, like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand why you think it's normal to do that. But, okay.
Why is Michelle covering for Janelle doing these messages?
Oh, my God, dude.
And how do I know it's Janelle? I'll tell you how I know. Crystal made a comment today in in Tracy's live and said, well, Michelle's not the one that made the screenshots. Well, let's narrow it down. Math Katie, who's still a Patreon, so she didn't do it. Tara.
She also posted a picture of her candle customer's husband in her Discord because she thought the husband was hot. Why does she even know what their husband looks like? Is that the worst thing? No, but it's just an example of the shit she does. She's so fucking nosy. Like, I don't know. To me, I don't fucking care what your family looks like, what your fucking house looks like. If you buy from me, thank you. That's all. That's all I need to know. Wow, dude. Wow. She's such a busy business owner that, you know, she has time to research all of her customers. Okay.
Hasn't been around in 2 months, according to Tara. She didn't do it.
All right.
Michelle took the blame for it.
Hold on. I'm going to fast forward this because I don't even know what she's talking about.
I'm sorry. Last time I checked, hurting someone's feelings doesn't mean you go real life.
This is
and
the part.
You are going real life every time.
Hurting someone's feelings doesn't mean you go real life. Can we just play that again? I want to play that one more time. Hold on.
At some point, maybe. I'm sorry. Last time I checked, hurting someone's feelings doesn't mean you go real life.
Last time you checked, Laura, you fucking called CPS because I hurt your feelings, dude. Really? Oh my God, the lack of self-awareness. It is astonishing.
And you are going real life every time you say something negative about my business.
That is... No. Nope. Sorry. First of all, you know what? I'm going to let her finish and then I'll say my piece.
Whether it be YouTube, whether it be candles, whether it be fucking me spitting wooden nickels.
Wow, Laura's going to start making wooden nickels. Maybe that's why she needs her fucking table saw.
If it's bringing money into my mouth, if it's bringing...
Laura, why are you putting money in your mouth, dude? I need to know this. Didn't your parents ever teach you not to put money in your mouth because it's fucking dirty and it could have been down like the G-string of a fucking nasty stripper like yourself?
Money into my children's mouth, then guess what? That's my real life. That is the exact same thing as me calling the post office.
Nope.
That is the exact same thing as me calling the hair salon.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
A job is a job.
Nope.
Whether you agree with it or not.
Nope.
Or whether you think it's a job or it's not a job is not the issue.
Nope.
The issue is if it's my income, then it's my real life.
Nope.
So,
No. I'm going to tell you the difference right here, right now. First of all, you're self-employed, okay? You share your fucking business on a public platform, okay? And you fucking have used your business in the past to, you put your business right in the center of fucking drama. Right in the center of fucking drama. You used it to attack people. You made candles that were nasty, directed at other people. But that's even besides the fucking point, okay? Somebody commenting and saying, well, you know, Laura's candles are ugly, or Laura looks up her customers like she did, okay, and showing proof of that. That is not the same as somebody picking up a phone and calling somebody's employer up at their real fucking job and saying, oh, you know, I don't know what the fuck you plan on saying, but that is not the same, okay? If you want to make any comparison, it would be like maybe going to, you know, the web page or the Google page of this person's hair salon, whoever she's talking about, and saying, oh, she gave me a bad haircut, you know, which you would be lying because you never got a fucking haircut from her, okay? But people saying that your candles are ugly, that's not people lying. That's people observing your candles and being like, oh my God, that looks like shit. Like, I would never fucking buy that. Not the fucking same, Laura. That is not the fucking same as you calling up somebody's job, making a fucking lie about them, because that's all you do. And then what are you going to do? Call her job up and be like, Dawn Marie, yeah, hi, is this the salon? Yeah, Dawn Marie cuts hair there? Yeah, she's talking bad about me online. What are you going to do? Calling people's jobs. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me that you think that is the same thing? If you don't want your business involved in drama, don't put it in the drama, Laura. You put your business in the drama, dude. You put it in there. Sorry. And then not only that, maybe if you actually sent people quality shit, people would leave you the fuck alone. But you send them garbage, dude. You send them garbage on top of putting your shit in the drama. So I don't know what to tell you, dude. Because I just got some pictures in my fucking email like a couple weeks ago from somebody. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Did she seriously send this to you like this? I'm shocked. but I'm not, because I've seen probably 30 fucking thousand other pictures just like that one, where the candles arrived. They weren't even candles. I don't even know what the fuck these things were. Smashed up, just smashed up, like to smithereens, because she's not using the right type of wax. I could tell for what she's trying to do. There was like, I don't know, it was one of those food candle things, and I'm like, dude, even if that got jostled in the box, okay, if you were using the correct wax that would be firm enough to hold the shape, it wouldn't have smushed down like that. Because the correct wax that's supposed to be used for molds is a much harder wax that wouldn't smush down. So I could tell she's cheaping out and using container wax to fucking, make her little embeds, which is what they call them, So say if you make a candle and it has like a fucking flower on the top, that's considered an embed on the candle. Well, just say if this was such a thing, the flower was just smashed in, and if she was making it with the correct wax, even if it like got moved around and bumped around, it really shouldn't dent the way that it was dented and smashed in and smushed on her, on this person's order. Because I can tell you right now, container wax that you put in a jar is way softer than the waxes, a pillar wax, let's just say. So if you're making a pillar candle, which could be any freestanding candle, right? You should be using a harder wax. Then there's tart wax that's a little, not as hard as pillar wax, but it's made to go in molds and shit. And it's made to hold its shape, in other words, okay? On its own. Container wax is not meant to hold its shape. It's meant to sit in a container. And the reason it's so soft is so that it adheres to the walls of the container. Paraffin waxes, harder waxes, they'll shrink once they cure. And container waxes also shrink, but just not as much. That's why they make them softer, so that they could kind of hold and adhere to the jar, That's why there's different types of waxes. I could tell just by looking at the picture, because for a long time, I was like, why does her shit always look smashed? That's why, because she's using the wrong type of wax. She's cheaping out, and she doesn't want to buy, a different kind of wax that nine out of 10 times it's going to have paraffin in it, and she thinks paraffin's the devil. We all know that, right? So she's using this, coconut soy wax, whatever the fuck, that's not made for that purpose. It's made to just be put in a container, and that's it. It's not made to do embeds. There's some cases where you could use a container wax if the, thing isn't that high and get away with it. I've seen people do it, but for what she was doing in this instance, she needed to use no container wax at all. She just needed to use a tart wax or a pillar wax that she was sending to people. But she was, that's why her shit looks all fucked up. Should I be helping her? No, but she should know this. 3 years, 4 years into this, she should know the difference at this point.
All these righteous do-gooders that want to, rally around and be like, we're so innocent. You have no problem going real life on my income.
No, nobody's going real life on your income. You actively and willingly participate in a fucking drama community where people talk shit about each other, Laura. So when you talk about Sinner or Queen Bee or fucking Brittany J or Granny's Watching or me or anybody, that we all make money on here. So are you going real life on me now? Because I make money on here. I have an income on here. Queen Bee makes an income on here. Sinner makes an income on here. And I'm just bringing up random names of people I hear her mention all the time. I'm just saying. So only when it's about you, it's real life, right? Only when you talk badly about other people on here, or I'm sorry, when they talk badly about you on here, it's only your job, right? Fuck out of here, dude. You should be lucky that any of these people mention your name, because if nobody talked about you, you wouldn't make a fucking dime on this platform. And go ahead and fucking put me to the test. Go try to do your fucking true crime for a month. And don't mention anybody in this fucking community, and let's see how much fucking money you make in that month. Shut up. These people are giving you fucking content.
Understand why you don't see this. If you bash my business, you're going real life.
What?
It is the exact same thing.
No.
I called the hair salon.
No. And why? I didn't know Dawn Marie cut hair. Why are you doing this? Why are you telling us where she works? Does she share that with people? I don't think she does.
And started bashing you. It's the exact fucking same thing.
Wow.
And I don't know why you don't get it.
Wow. Wow.
And you could say, oh, no, yes, it is.
I purchased, so I could definitely give a review. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's income.
Oh, if anybody, I don't show people's pictures without their permission. If anybody sends me something and they give me permission to show what they received from her, I'll be more than happy to, hold it on here if you have my email. To show it on here. If you have my email address, I would never show somebody's picture because I don't want them getting the, having to deal with her. So I would never just, show your picture because I don't know. I don't want to, give that kind of shit. All right, let me see if I can find it.
Is my YouTube and my income is my candles, then you bashing it with no justification, that means you're trying to hurt my income, which is the exact same thing as me contacting your job.
Oh my God.
And if you don't think it is, go see a psychiatrist, because it is.
Go see a psychiatrist.
Nothing irks me more than when people say, I want them off the platform.
Who said that, though?
Don't watch them.
Who said that? No. Oh, Pugs, thank you. You don't have to keep giving me. She got the wrong house. Molly called me 7 minutes after Laura sent her a text of not my house, but thought it was. Oh, my God.
Nobody is forcing you to fucking watch me. You don't like me, don't watch me.
You don't like Queen Bee, don't watch her. You don't like Sinner, don't watch him. You don't like me, don't watch me, Laura. Pretty simple, right?
Kimberly, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I have had addresses for fucking years. I have never doxed out an address. I've never given an address. Never. Not even on a picture. Never gave an address.
That's bullshit. Bullshit. Until I knew it was her business practice to look up customers' information, I had nothing bad to say about our candles or wax melts I had purchased. And that's fine. Like, everybody has their own opinions. I saw shit that I would be not happy with if I fucking received this shit. That's all. I try to be fair. She's...
But they want to make me this horrible fucking person so they can hate. And I've said it before, say again, Red Dragon said to me when I got cancer that one of the problems with Dawn Marie's Discord and all of these other Discords.
This is Laura trying to triangulate. I'm going to fast forward this. She's just saying that, Red Dragon said that Dawn Marie's Discord is, they're harboring hate, and then whatever, and then she's in there. Okay. Well, she changed her mind earlier.
I don't know what changed to this fucking day. I don't know how we went from talking great on July 4th to August 1st. She fucking hates my guts and blah, blah, blah.
She's still talking about it. I'm just going to fast forward because I got to get off here.
Real life. Over something that had nothing, no consequence, no nothing. And people ran around saying, oh, you torture the child. Nothing.
Oh, all right. Here's the part I wanted to
Ma'am, there was absolutely no fucking point.
Here we go. All right. Hold on. Let me go back here a little bit.
Comparing the two. And that's the type of... I didn't bring up the other 4 calls because the other 4 calls were meaningless. Just like MM's was fucking...
Hold on. All right.
Didn't fucking matter. Nothing came of it.
Hold on.
It didn't... I said something on Jonesin.
This is Laura trying to gaslight. I don't know if I listened to this whole thing, but, she's like, oh, these people did this for no reason. It's like, Laura, they were already mad at you, I'm sure, for some other reason, okay? And she brought this up when Tyra went up on her panel. They came forward. I don't care how long it took them. I get it. People fucking get caught up. I get it. I don't care. I'm thankful that they told me, but, whatever their motive was for telling me, I honestly, personally don't fucking care what their motive was for telling me. But Laura's like, oh, they told her for no reason. But it's like, all right, maybe they were already mad at you. And then they see you going up on Jones's panel and you're acting like you're so staunchly against this, Like you have such a position that you would never do this to somebody else. You would never call CPS on somebody else. And I'm sorry, if I was one of them and I knew that you did that, I would be so mad. I'd be like, this fucking bitch right here is just sitting up here fucking lying through her fucking teeth about this shit, knowing full well she called CPS on somebody else. That's why they sent me the fucking screenshots. That is exactly why. But prior to that, Red Dragon actually went into chat, and I think she came in my chat and said something. And I saw her comment, but I didn't know whether to believe her or not at the time. So until I had solid proof that it was Laura, I didn't fucking, I'm not going to sit there accusing, people. I accused Tiffany, which I apologize about. But, I really didn't, just given the fact, I mean, I had a feeling Laura did it or was involved in some way, but then I kept telling myself, well, she had this done to her though, dude, and I'm like, that's why I was like kind of thinking maybe it was Tiffany, because I was like, Tiffany's vindictive. I don't want to talk badly about her. God bless her and her, situation right now. I'm just saying, I'm just reiterating, but that was my thinking behind that. I don't even want to talk about her anymore because she's going through enough shit. But that was my thinking at the time, was just like, all right, I couldn't, it was one of the two of them, basically. Hold on a second. How come it's saying this failed? Hold on, my airdrop is not working. All right, let me finish playing this part.
This is the last time I'm ever even discussing CPS shit.
Bullshit, Laura. You've been live about it like 4 times this week, but okay.
So, Leanne, nothing came of it. That's like the 4 other calls that I got for CPS. The ones that, for me, I didn't give a fuck about those. I mean, I did at the time.
I didn't give a fuck about those. But here's the thing, though. Laura CPS. Let me just put it out here, okay? Laura has had CPS. I don't know why this is not like error for some reason. It keeps saying it failed. Oh, wait, hold on. All right, Laura has, had CPS in her life, and dealt with them prior to even being on YouTube, okay? They were in her life. She, had it with her ex or whatever. So they were a part of her life. So this is something normal in Laura's life, okay? She had already dealt with them several times prior to, this happening to her on YouTube. And I'm not justifying, the people that called on her on YouTube. They shouldn't have done it. Fuck those people, okay? Whoever did it. But she was well, aware of the process and how this all works. And her kids were probably used to it, unfortunately, because they had been involved in her life at that point in time. Which I didn't even know until recently. I had no idea that was the case. Me, on the other hand, I've never had any shit like that. I don't even know anybody who's had it done to them or had it in their lives, okay? So it's like a shock when those people show up at your fucking house, okay? And I've never been in a situation like anything even close to that in my life. Yeah, it was a little shocking. But she's like sitting here trying to downplay it. She's like, oh, I didn't really care about them. No, Laura, you seemed like you cared about them. I mean, 5 CPS calls. There's a 17-minute video out there of you fucking, crying about it. But okay, now you don't care. Now you don't care. Why? Because you want everybody to shut up about what you did. Now you don't care, right? Now it's no big deal. We're going to minimize how you felt, right? Even though there's evidence to prove otherwise, you're just going to sit there and fucking minimize it, right? Okay. Hold on a second. Why is this trying to open up something? All right. Fuck. Sorry. My computer's being a dick, as usual.
Back, none of them mattered. Just like MM's call didn't fucking matter.
No, it didn't matter.
Nothing came of it. It just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because Laura said so.
The second call that I got.
I mean, okay, yeah, nothing came of it. Thank God, right? Thank God nothing came of it. Nothing came of it. But I'm glad it didn't matter to you, Laura, but you don't know how it affected my household and my life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Laura said so. Because Laura doesn't have to worry about anybody but herself. I have a husband here who I have to worry about, okay? Doesn't matter. She is such a piece of shit, dude.
The one where they accused Phoenix, that one stuck with me. And even though nothing came of it, It was fucking the most disgusting thing in the whole wide world. And I spoke about it. And I will continue to speak about it.
And what you said on my caller was equally as fucking gross, okay? Equally, actually more disgusting because you did it to a parent, okay? You're talking about somebody saying that, which is disgusting. I'm not saying it's not. But you're talking about somebody saying that about, two kids that are the same age, a girl and a boy. You insinuated that a grown man was doing something disgusting like that with a fucking kid, a minor child, okay? So not only is it incestual, it's fucking child, it's fucking just disgusting, dude. It's fucking disgusting. Really sick person to think about that, to say something like that, Laura. Really. I mean, I don't even want to compare the two, but if you're going to sit there and compare it, I think what you said is a little worse. I really do, to be quite honest.
About it. So that's when I went on Jones and it was comparing the two.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
not
the
type of. I didn't bring
that's
up
not what you were doing, but
the other 4 calls because the other 4 calls were meaningless. Just like MM's was fucking meaningless.
Just like mine was meaningless. Just like mine was meaningless. To who? To you? She's dude, I never wanted to get in my car, drive somewhere, and throat punch a fucking bitch so bad as I did when I was listening to her fucking try to fucking minimize what she did on here last night. Laura, shut the fuck up about the CPS call, you dumb fucking bitch. Seriously, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up about it already. Seriously, shut up. You fucking asshole. Holy shit.
Nothing came of it. It meant nothing.
Wow.
Nothing changed in her life for 4 years.
Nothing changed in my life. How do you know that, Laura? Have I talked to you? I mean, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
She would have never known about it. It was pointless.
I would have never known about it. How the fuck would I have not known about that, Laura? How? Explain to me how I would not know about it. It was pointless? Giving somebody closure on a situation is pointless now? Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. This bitch. This motherfucker.
But you felt the need to turn my world upside down.
Get the fucking little violins out. Laura's poor life was turned. Get a fucking job, Laura. Get a fucking job. Get a real fucking job. Oh, you probably can't. That's probably the problem here. Is because you went and applied to Home Depot and all these other fucking places and you got fucking rejected. Because your fucking resume is bullshit. The other day she tried blaming, oh, people are being ageist and it's my cancer. And blah, 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 blah. First of all, when the fuck did they ever ask you if you have cancer on a fucking application? I never heard of such a thing, but then again, I haven't been in the job fucking market in a long time. But like, what? First of all, they can't turn you down or discriminate against you because of a disability that you have. So if cancer is considered a disability, they can't use that against you. They can't. Wow. It's fucking wild, dude. Oh, she's such a liar, dude.
Over something that
you think that you're worth a lot more than you are. Okay? And me also thinks that you fucking lie on your applications, and you very obviously lie on your applications, and that's why your ass doesn't get hired. Plus, you have no empathy and you have no personality. Who wants to hire somebody like this? You know, shows up. Did you wear a pink wig with a nose ring to your fucking, fucking interviews too, Laura? I'm sure that attracted people.
didn't affect your life at all. It had nothing to do with you guys. Hold on.
It didn't affect anybody's life, right? Lying to people for 3 years straight, that wouldn't have any effect. I can't believe this motherfucker is sitting here minimizing what she did, fucking gaslighting everybody. Like, oh, it had no effect. It had no effect. First of all, I've never said my kid was traumatized. I don't know who said that, but I certainly didn't. I never said my kid was traumatized. Thank God he's not, okay? Thank God my kid is okay. I'm probably more fucking traumatized by the situation than he was, to be quite honest with you. You know, 8-year-olds are pretty resilient. They don't really dwell on shit the same way we do as adults. But yeah, I'm probably more traumatized. My husband's probably more traumatized than my son was. Thank God. I'd rather it be that way. I don't want my son to fucking even remember this shit. But she like says on here, oh, they got questioned for 5 minutes. Were you sitting here, Laura? Fucking asshole. She's such a piece of shit. The same thing happened to her kids, but for some reason with her kids, it's worse. Her teenage kids who have a better understanding of what was going on and why people do these types of things than my kid, because he had no fucking idea what was going on. He did not understand why any of this shit was happening, and it was really fucking hard to explain to him.
And nothing came of it. Nothing happened to MM. There was absolutely
nothing
no
happened
fucking...
to me. She knows this because we talked and I told her this, right? I disappeared off of here for 4 months, but nothing happened to me, right?
Point in anybody.
I want to fuck. I never wanted to throat punch somebody so fucking bad, right in her fucking Adam's
going
apple.
to MM and telling her and blah, blah, blah. Hey, Rad. But at the end of the day, you fucked my real life over something that had...
We don't need to see it, Pugs. I understand. We know. Everybody here knows that showing that to a kid is a fucking horrible thing to do, and it's a fucking punishable offense. She is going to downplay it.
Nothing. No consequence, no nothing.
No consequence.
And people ran around saying, oh, you tortured the child. Nothing happened. The kid fucking doesn't even fucking remember.
How does she know what my kid remembers and what my kid doesn't remember? Laura, did you talk to my son? I don't know if to be honest with you, I try not to talk about it, so I have no idea if my son even thinks about it because I just don't talk about it with him. Because I don't want him to remember it, so I don't keep bringing it up to him because there's no reason for us to discuss it, so she's sick.
Big deal. An authority
Big deal.
figure questioned him for 5 minutes.
An authority figure questioned him for 5 minutes, Laura. Try like an hour, okay? And second of all, big deal. So big deal, your teenage kids got fucking questioned for 5 minutes. You taped it. You sick
Give me a fucking break.
Wow.
It was YouTube that made it into something it wasn't. And
Look, she doesn't understand. Thank God, yes, that nothing came of it, okay? Thank God it was a lie. Laura fucking just, nothing came of it, okay? If you think for a second that it didn't cause a problem in my household, you're fucking wrong, okay? But second of all, nothing, thank God. She doesn't understand the potential of what it could have caused. That's what people are upset about. What it could have caused, Laura. You could have caused my husband to be in jail, my husband to get arrested, him to lose his fucking job, his name to be tarnished. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's what people are pissed about. You sick fuck. Don't ever fucking talk for me, Laura. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for my fucking kid, and don't speak for my husband.
And again, if it was so traumatizing, she wouldn't have spoke about me for the following 4 fucking years.
Wow.
So stop with the
Laura, I just found out about this like months ago. Okay? But I mean, what am I supposed to let your bullying tactics affect me and be like, oh, you know what? This person attacked me. I'm not going to talk about him because I'm in fear that they might attack me again. Fuck you.
it was so traumatic. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Nobody said it was so traumatic. Nobody fucking said that. I never fucking said that.
Hey, thank you, Willow. And you know what?
Fuck you, Willow, you little...
Me and like one other person are the only ones that...
Willow's a fuck stick. That's a fuck stick. I can't believe this guy is trying to compare this to calling my kid a fuck stick. Are you kidding me? A fuck stick? Shut up, you fucking idiot.
2 people.
You flip-flopping motherfucker.
That said something about it. And Willow, I totally agree with you. Calling a kid a fuck stick might garner a bit of attention. I totally agree.
Really? Really?
But all these righteous do-gooders...
I'm sorry. I don't think anybody should be calling somebody a fuck stick, okay? Their kid's a fuck stick. Queen bee, whatever. Whoever the fuck said it, you're an idiot. Why would you even fucking say that? Stupid shit, okay? But at the same time, please don't even fucking compare that to a fucking, words that a kid didn't even fucking hear on the internet, to a person coming to my house and asking my son if his daddy shows him things on the iPad that are inappropriate. Shut the fuck up, dude. For real. Oh my God.
Don't say anything about that. They're too busy worrying about me.
Too busy worrying about me.
Anything to detract from that.
First of all, none of us fucking watch Queen Bee or give a fuck what that lady's doing. Okay? I don't fucking watch her. I don't think Dawn Marie watches her. Nobody fucking cares about her. Okay? Except the people that are in her fucking chat. I don't give a fuck what Queen Bee's doing. No offense to Queen Bee. I don't fucking care what she's doing or what she's saying.
That's another thing. Have I ever called any of their kids anything? No. Have I ever...
Yeah, you've said things about my kid, but we'll just...
For fucking even mention their kids? No. Some of them don't have kids, but still.
Really, Laura? You said that my son's out of control, that he's, he misbehaves and all this other shit. Really?
Never fucking talked about their kids. I never mentioned their kids.
Wow. I'll find
I've
clips.
never done fucking anything.
She's never done anything, guys. She's so innocent. I can't stand this motherfucker. What the fuck? I'm just fast forwarding.
Fucking scared to say something.
Having a fucking brain fart as usual.
And then, I want to talk about this real quick.
Where does JP come in the chat? Or did she come in already?
Who raised money and took it out of our pocket.
Oh, all right. I didn't listen past this. I turned her off right after this because I was like, dude.
Did it on a live, posted the receipts on.
She's sick. I don't know. I think I might have skipped the part where JP came in, but same shit. Same shit. Same shit. She's sitting there gaslighting. Okay, we're going to shut her fucking stupid ass up. I'm going to show you guys this picture, and then I got to get off here in a few minutes. But, fuck, I skipped it. Whatever. No, it's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Because JP called her out basically for saying, you know, Laura, you told, like, what she said in my report is just as bad. And, you know, Laura gaslit. She's like, oh, it's not that bad. I don't remember what I said. I don't remember what I said. No, you know what the fuck you said. And then she says she said it in the heat of the moment. No, Laura. You did not say it in the heat of the moment. I'm giving you guys the fucking Cliff Notes here. She said it in the heat of the moment. And I'm like, going to a store, buying a burner phone. Like, this wasn't like, oh, I was talking shit about Laura and Laura picked her phone up and made the phone call. That's not how this went down. Laura went to the fucking store. You know, she had plenty of time to stop herself, okay? If we were to go, like, in a courtroom, do you think that they would be like, oh, okay, she just did it in the heat of the moment. You know, this is it. Laura just picked the phone up and made this phone call. No, that's not how it went down, dude. You premeditated this shit. You planned it out, dude. And then, oh, I don't remember what I said. All right there, Jodi Arias. She's sick. All right, anyway, let me show you this fucking disaster that she sent to somebody. Fucking piece of shit that she is. I mean, dude, she wants people to believe that she changed and that she's sorry, but when you sit there trying to minimize what you did and acting like it's no big deal, and you can't even see the potential effects that it could have had on me and my family, I don't know what the fuck to tell you, dude. You're missing something. That live right there, more than any live Laura's done in the last, like, I don't know, 5 years, proves to me what a fucking narcissist she is. Not because of that part, but more so because of the part where she actually expected that people that she was fucking lying to for years, you know, are supposed to coddle her and ask her how they could help her after she fucking lied and betrayed their trust. What? Like, dude, that is seriously, that is some demented thinking right there. If I got caught doing something like that, I would fully expect that every single one of my friends would stop fucking talking to me on this app. But then again, I would fucking probably voluntarily leave the app because I would be so ashamed of my actions that I wouldn't fucking stick around here and try to force myself on people like a fucking rapist or something. Like, I know when I'm not fucking wanted somewhere. I'm not gonna fucking keep, you know, putting myself out there when I know people don't want me. She's sick. She has no fucking shame, okay? She didn't even take a break. She just fucking kept going like nothing ever happened. Oh, it's 5 years ago. Sorry, I moved on from it. That's all she kept repeating. And then she sits there wondering why people are so upset with her. It's like, dude, you clearly didn't learn from it, okay? You're threatening to call people's jobs still. You have not changed, Laura. You have not fucking changed. But you're just dangling by this one little thread hoping, you know, that your channel is going to blow up one day. That you're going to rebuild this pathetic fucking channel that wasn't even anywhere to begin with. Get the fuck out of here. You were just skating by, dude. You were on food stamps, right? Your job, this is your quote job, but you were still on food stamps, right? Like, do you not want better for yourself, Laura? Like, are you kidding me? Let me just skate by in life. Like, who says that in life? They're like, oh, I just want to fucking get by, you know? And be on fucking social services. Like, this bitch, I remember on a phone conversation one day with her where she's talking about that, like, she wishes she was on social services and shit. And I'm thinking, then she ended up, it was a lie because she was on social services. She was lying to me on the phone. But, like, that's her fucking dream in life, is to get fucking, you know, social services. That's her dream in life. Like, most people don't want that. They're on it because they have to be. They don't want to be on it. But she wanted it. That was her fucking goal in life. Her dream in life was to be on food stamps so she didn't have to pay for food. You know? Let me just get by. Wow. You know, Laura, sorry. You know, these people fucked up your life so bad. Now you have to maybe get a real job. You know, she's babysitting. What the fuck? What on earth is going on? Why is this? What in the fuck? Are you guys... Wait, what happened here? Hold on a second. I don't know why this looks like I put some type of filter on it. Let me try this again. What the fuck? Image file. Let me try doing it like this. No. She's fucked, dude. She's fucked. Last night, listening to that shit, I was like, yo, dude, she's a fucking... Laura's, like, she has a personality disorder for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? She ain't just like, oh, Laura's narcissistic, you know, because she's, like, into herself. No, she's got a full-blown fucking personality disorder, I think, at this point. I think it's safe to say she is full-blown, you know? Like, she is full-blown. Like, there is no fucking, here we go. Let me take this off the screen. All right, so at first glance, you might be like, oh, all right, that don't look bad. But then, once you start looking at this shit, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? Look at the fucking, look at this shit. How come it's not zooming in on my screen? That's weird. When I zoom in on it, it's not zooming in for you guys. Ugh. Why'd they change all this? All right, well, anyway, I don't know if you guys could see it, but this flower is all smushed. It's all crumbled. There's all little crumbs on it and shit. It looks like somebody sat on it, okay? I don't know what the fuck this is. The cupcake fell over. Just like fell over. But like black whipped cream, purple whipped cream in a pink pie dish. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is, okay? Then you got, and again, I don't know how old this is, but like what the fuck is going on? Then you got a piece of toast, because, you know, everybody puts toast in pies, on black whipped cream in a white pie dish. I mean, what the fuck? Green whipped cream with a fucking gummy bear. Upside down gummy bear. It's like, what the fuck? But, like, you see how... I wish I could zoom in. I'm zoomed in. You guys just can't see it zoomed in because they changed the way that the screen sharing works on here. So I hate this shit. But anyway, I mean, you guys could kind of see in the on the one side right here, I think, the top of the box, you can see all the colors smashed up in there. But, like, this piece of toast is all dented and fucked up. It's got lines in it and shit. Like, I could tell she's just not using the right type of wax for this. And it's just bad, dude. It's just fucking bad, dude. Right? So, all right. So then you got that. And then you got the donuts down here. Oh, my God. I didn't even see this. Oh, my God. This is worse than I thought it was. Holy shit. Oh, my God. All right. This, I couldn't tell on my phone. I wish I could zoom into this for you guys. I hold on a second. Let me see this for a second. Let me try this one more time. All right. Present. How come this fucking thing, dude? Share screen. Window. This. What the fuck, dude? Why is it showing up a different color when I do it this way? I don't understand. Why? Why are you doing this? That's so fucking weird. Are you guys seeing it in like some weird fucking color? I don't know why it's doing that. They changed this for some reason. You have no slides. Your computer. Hold on a second. No. Oh, this sucks. It won't let me zoom. Fuck you, StreamYards. You suck ass. Ooh, you know what? Hold on a second. Oh, no. I don't know. It's not letting me zoom in for some reason. Anyway, the donuts look worse than I thought. At first, I was like, oh, they're not terrible. But now that I'm seeing them on my actual fucking screen, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, dude? What did you do? What did you do? Wow. Let me see if this one opens. All right. She's a sociopath. I don't know. It's very hard for you guys to see it, but down here, there's like just black. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I'll try to make it. Let me see. Oh, that doesn't help. There's just like black, like, I don't even know what it is, honestly. I don't know. And like half of these sprinkles are just like broken and melted. I mean, this one's probably out of the bunch the best one right here. The one to the left, bottom left. This one's a fucking mess. It looks like somebody threw up on a cupcake, on a donut. And the same thing with this green one. I mean, there's just like melted crumbs. It looks horrible. It does not look like a donut that I would ever eat. I don't know how she made this one come out good, the pink. But the rest of it looks fucking disgusting. Like, so disgusting. Oh, my God. This shit's just a mess. Up at the top right, the fucking pie things, I mean, they're just a mess. They're a mess. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, this is what you're sending to people, and then you're like, oh, talking about it is wrong? I'm sorry, but why is there a green cupcake falling over on a black whipped cream? When have you ever seen people use black whipped cream in a pie? I don't know what's in the box down here. I don't know, dude. I don't know. This is just bad. It's horrible. I mean, I'd be offended if I paid money for this and somebody sent it to me. And I forget, and I don't know if the person's still in here, if she's still in here, Bella Rose, but She told me how much she paid for this shit, and I was fucking astonished, dude. Fucking astonished. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with. And then you will really sit here and wonder why people say things about your candles and shit. Come on, dude. That is disgusting. That is just horrible. That is bad. Fucking asshole. I could not believe when I was listening to her. I mean, I could because it's Laura and she says similar shit all the time. But like, you know, how did you become the victim of this is what I want to know. Like, you can't shut the fuck up about it. You've been live multiple times this week crying about this shit when you knew prior to ever doing this that if there was a chance that it came out that you were the caller, you knew what was going to happen to you in this community, Laura. I mean, you cannot sit there and be like, oh my God, I'm so shocked that people are upset with me, you know, now that they know I'm a CPS caller. You can't sit there and pretend that you don't fucking know. You full well knew the consequences of what you were doing. You know, should it get out? If you were that worried, then you probably just shouldn't have told anybody. You know, if you really wanted to keep this a secret, then you shouldn't have told a soul. To burden other people and expect that they're going to fucking hide your fucking secrets and wrongdoings is sick. And the fact that you think that these people owed you that kind of loyalty when you've been nothing but shitty to those people is mind-blowing, dude. Fucking mind-blowing. You are a fucking narcissist. Through and through. I hate diagnosing people because I am not in a fucking place to ever fucking diagnose people. Obviously, I have no fucking, you know, qualifications, but I can look at a fucking set of lists of personality traits and go, holy shit, man, this sounds like this person. This shit fucking definitely matches up. I mean, the fact that you actually sat there thinking that these people should somehow be, like, helping you after you fucking lied to them for, like, years and did something shitty to... It doesn't even matter who it was to. It doesn't matter that it was to me. It could have been to anybody. And you're going to sit here and try to gaslight every single person out on YouTube that listens to you and think that, oh, you're upset because they emotionally abandoned you, or no, you're upset because you're so desperate to make money now that you're fucking babysitting like you're 16 years old. You're fucking trying to get a job at Home Depot. You fucking, now you think you're going to fucking, I don't know, make cabinets. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do with the wood, whatever the fuck it is that you're trying to do. You are so desperate for money. And you know what? Sucks to be you. Honestly, sucks to be you. And if anybody asks why I never did anything to her, because this is much more entertaining to fucking watch her ass fucking just fucking fall apart. Okay? I don't even have to do anything. No matter what I did, Laura would fucking blame, you know, be the victim. It doesn't matter. If you guys ever expect that this woman's gonna learn a lesson from anything in her life, don't, because she clearly is incapable of doing such a thing. At 50-something years old, that's what she was saying when JP came up there. She was going, oh, you know, you don't know what you're going to do when you're pushed. Laura, you are a 50-fucking-something-year-old woman, however old you were at the time when this happened, okay? A few years ago, you were definitely in your 50s, okay? You're 54 now. You probably just turned 50. If not, you were 49 years old when this happened. You don't think that every single person in this chat, myself included, has been pushed to the brink? I've never been pushed to the brink of something so hard where I wanted to fucking kill somebody, literally, okay? When I was settling my mom's estate and my brother's wife was fucking, you know, just torturing me through the whole entire process with all this stupid petty bullshit that nobody fucking cared about. I wanted to go over there and fucking choke the bitch and curb stomp her head. I've shared that on here before. Inside, that's how I felt. Outside, I said to myself, first of all, I'm not letting this bitch win in the sense of like letting her, you know, get the best of me. That's what she's trying to do. I'm not going to let her win, right? Me act stupid because she wanted me to do something like that. She was provoking me to fucking attack her or do something crazy so that she could then point the finger at me and be like, see, I told you were fucking crazy. And I wasn't going to do that. So I never gave into it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to carry myself through fucking with class, with dignity, and I'm going to fucking get through this in the right way. Okay? Trust me, there's a million things I could have did to get back at this bitch. And to this day, I still haven't fucking done anything. Why? Because she's not worth my fucking time. She's not worth my freedom. She's not worth my, being humiliated over it. Nothing. I'm not going to do that to myself just because I'm so mad at this bitch. I've never hated somebody as much as I hate that fucking woman. I fucking hate that woman. I didn't even know what hate was until I fucking met this asshole in my life, okay? I didn't even know what hate was. I realized I have never hated somebody before until I met her. And I can say she is the only person, at 40-something years old, she is the only person in my life that I ever met that I actually fucking genuinely hate. I hate, and it's not a good feeling. I don't like hating people. I don't like that feeling of having that type of hatred towards somebody. Now, obviously, years later, I'm just like, whatever, she's a fucking asshole. But at the time when I was going through it, and I felt like she was pushing me over the edge, and I was going to end up in a fucking mental hospital, okay, I still didn't do anything like that to her, because why? What is that going to do for me? Yeah, it might make me feel better in the fucking temporary, and yeah, okay, I got her. But at the end of the day, it's not going to change her. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to hurt me and hurt my family. So I don't do things like that. So to sit there and tell people like, oh, you don't know when you're pushed. Get the fuck out of here, Laura. Get the fuck out of here. You're a 50-something-year-old woman, okay? This wasn't some spontaneous, thing that you did that you just like, oh my God, let me pick up the phone and call CPS and say this. No, you fucking pre-planned it. You went out, you fucking bought the phone, and you went through all the steps, and you had plenty of time to stop yourself from doing it, and you didn't. You didn't. That's like going to the store, oh, let me buy all this shit, and then I'm going to go kill somebody. Like, what? What? Obviously, nobody died. I'm just making a fucking comparison because I know you have to explain to some of these fucking idiots out there. Obviously, it's not the same thing. It's the premeditation is, though, dude. Like, you went out and planned this shit. You're 50-something years old. She's like, you don't know what you're going to do when you're pushed. It's like, no, most of us do. Most of us have self-control, okay? You take medication that's supposed to help you control these impulses that you have, and it doesn't help you at all. In fact, I think it's making you worse. But yeah, you're acting like nobody here has ever been pushed by somebody in their life. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, she's ridiculous. She is fucking ridiculous. Some people live pushing me. I've been pushed, several times in my life. Have I ever fucking taken it to the point where I'm going to fucking do something illegal and risk my own fucking, freedom for that? For just, why? So temporarily I could feel better? No, it's not worth it. I would never fucking do anything like that. So stupid. She's a fucking asshole. You know what? She acts like she's the only person that ever got pushed. And first of all, Laura, I wasn't pushing you because I wasn't even bothering you. You were coming to my channel and fucking watching me. Okay? You're making it like I was fucking relentlessly tagging your fucking name and fucking... Nothing of the sorts happened. Okay? I would fucking go live. I would name my live, hey... Right? And then, yeah, I'd talk a little shit about you and then talk about other things. Go back to my lives. They're all up on my fucking channel. Okay? At the time that this happened. Yeah, I laughed at your fucking candles. Okay? I talked shit. We're in a fucking drama community, Laura. You talk shit about me. I talk shit about you back. Okay? At the time. Don't act like you were just sitting there like some innocent victim and you never said a fucking word about me because that's a complete fucking lie. Okay, so we went back and forth a little bit. I talked some shit about you, and to sit there and act like I was fucking torturing you and waterboarding you and you just had no choice but to call CPS to make it stop. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'll take responsibility all day for talking shit, but you actively participated in this shit talk alongside me and said shit about my kid, my husband. You had people from your chat coming in and trolling me every fucking time I was live, Laura, so don't sit there and act like you're fucking innocent, okay? You had people coming in every time I was fucking live, not talking about you, and you could go back on my channel and watch this shit because I would purposely point it out that we would be sitting there talking about flowers or fucking shoes or whatever point in the live we were in, okay? I might have said a little shit about Laura at the beginning of the live, and then we'd be an hour into the live not talking about her, and then one of her people would come in here, okay? Which I know she sent them in here if it wasn't her herself, and they would start trolling me, getting me to get back into talking about her. They were purposely fucking doing it. And you guys who were in here, B-Fergs, I know you guys don't remember this shit because I pointed it out every fucking time. I would be like, oh, look, here we are, not talking about Laura, but one of her people are in here trying to get me to talk about her. Trying to get me to talk about her. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys fucking remember that? So for her to just sit there and act like, oh, you know, I'm so innocent. I'll go fucking back and find this shit on my fucking live streams if I have to. Okay? Where we would just be sitting there talking about fucking clothes or fucking shoes or whatever else, the weather, whatever. And somebody from her chat would come in and start fucking trying to get me all riled up to talk shit about her again. And so, yeah, I kept talking shit about you because you kept fucking trying to rile me up to talk shit about you. And I'll go fucking find the proof, dude, because it's all over my fucking channel. It's all over my fucking channel, dude. And you're gonna sit there and act like I was just torturing you, just talking about you, and you didn't do anything ever. You never talked about me, right, Laura? Okay, shut the fuck up, dude. You know, seriously, shut up. Shut up. Yeah, not only did you talk shit about me, you talk shit about everybody. Hummingbird and fucking everybody that left your little group and all this other shit. You're full of shit. Just Angel. You know, all the people that, like, were no longer friends with you at that time, you continue to talk shit about all of them. So, you know, you just sitting there acting like you're some innocent victim is complete bullshit, dude. Sorry. Complete fucking bullshit. And again, you actively participate in this drama community. You know, you come on here, you talk shit about people, you go back at people, you admit it, right? You say, oh, I've said some horrible things on here, I have. Well, guess what? That's what gets people fucking so amped up and fucking angry with you. And that's why people continue talking about you and picking. I've said this 1,000 times on my channel. Two years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, you don't have to wonder. I tell you why. I have told you why a million times. I probably even told you why we were friends. And you still fucking sit there wondering and acting like you're stupid and you don't understand why anybody would talk about you. You know, she's like, oh, I don't talk about these people. You do, though. A lot of the times you don't say their names, so it seems like you're not talking about them, but we know who you're talking about, most of us, okay? And you do talk about them. And then when you do talk about them, you say things that, you know, like, I'm going to call your job and this and that. And then once you start making threats towards people, do you actually expect people to leave you alone after that? I mean, come on, dude. Really? Really? I know who swatted me. It was Oni, Brantley. Oni. MGL's best buddy. Oni. Phony Oni. Anyway, alright. I gotta fucking end this. I got shit to do. Well, and I gotta eat. I'm starving. But it was lovely, you know, talking to you guys. Laura, just shut the fuck up about the fucking call already. Move on. If you're gonna move on with your life, move the fuck on with it. Learn how to fucking ignore the people, whoever the fuck it is that's saying that they, you know, I mean, at this point, the fact that you don't even fucking expect people to be saying that shit to you is mind-boggling. But, like, either learn how to tune it out and actually move the fuck on like you said you did, or shut the fuck up. But don't sit here accusing everybody else of not being able to move on, because you're the one who can't move on. Okay? You're the one who can't fucking move on. I would like to move on from it. You can't fucking move on. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your afternoon. They're great. And I don't know where Just Angel is. I gotta text her. I gotta see how she's doing. But thank you guys all for hanging with me. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. And thank you for the super chats. For those of you guys who super chatted me, just know that you never have to do that. But I do appreciate when, you know, I do appreciate the super chats. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys again, you know, maybe sometime this week or next week. All right. Have a good night, everybody. I'm going to go finish watching the Karen Reed trial. All right. Bye.